I'm going to start with Jay today because he's a rocket scientist. And so can you tell us more about yourself?
Wow. Nothing like that for an intro. So yeah, I'm Jay Simmons. I'm from Mach 30. We're the ones doing Open Design Engine, among other things. And I think at last week's invitation, Aaron had said, hey, you should stop by and show off ODE. So here I am this week when I was able to get away from other activities to do so.
Nice. So, someone's typing loudly. Who's typing? I'm going to mute them. Alright, they stopped.
It is actually a joke about ordinary differential equations. It's actually Open Design Engine. And we've been trying to raise money for our public beta. We're in we're in our private alpha right now. Some of you probably have seen if you guys have seen some of the conversation between Aaron and a few of others and I. We've been running, Mach 30's been running a Kickstarter for about 20 days now. We're halfway there. But far more interesting to you all probably is the actual site. Here it is. It's basically a distribution of Redmine.
Wait, before you keep going, can you just explain really what ODE is and why it would be important for roboticists to use it?
Absolutely. So Open Design Engine, the shorthand we say is that it's like SourceForge for hardware projects. I know a lot of people are putting their hardware projects on GitHub. Some folks have them up on SourceForge. I imagine if I looked, I'd find a couple over on Launchpad. But the lion's share of hardware projects that I've seen that are open source are either run on a business's website where they've kind of crafted their own solution to sharing the stuff, and my guess is that they're still running some other tools internally. Or when it's been a one or two person group, you see some YouTube videos and a blog post and some accompanying documentation, but that there really isn't a good site yet for hardware projects that's geared up around the needs of hardware projects. So our mission at Mach 30 is to do open source spaceflight. Lots of dings. I hope none of those are for me.
No, it's okay.
Because I can't see them. I've got other things on top of them. Anyway, our mission at Mach 30 is to develop open source spaceflight systems, literally open source rockets and satellites and the like. But we need good, strong quality tools and a mature open hardware community for that to really take off and be something that we can do in a complex, real system-oriented way. And when we looked around, there wasn't a good thing like that out there. So we started about a year ago doing requirements analysis and trying to find volunteers to help us work on a web portal for open source hardware. And about 2 or 3 months ago, we contracted with a Dayton area, because our headquarters is in Dayton, Ohio, and we partnered with a Dayton area Ruby on Rails company called Little Lines, and have been working with them to develop Open Design Engine. And at its heart, it's really like a distro of Linux. It's like a distro of Redmine, which is a Ruby on Rails project management tool. So the current version has, we've included in a rolled up, ready to go version of the website, all the key plugins that we thought gave us a nice solid foundation upon which to grow a hardware hosting platform. And so that's kind of the background about where it came from and some of that stuff. I hope that answered that question pretty well, Aaron. I appreciate you asking it. That was a good question.
Yeah, but it might be helpful to tie in what it has to do with robotics, right? So there's teams, like the electrical design team, the mechanical team.
Absolutely. It's I envision that when we talk about open hardware, we talk about all types of hardware. We obviously are going to do a lot of rocketry stuff, but we expect there to be lots of open hardware hackers and student groups who are working on robotics projects I think, Aaron, did you mention maybe on Google Plus the idea of Lego First Teams even putting their documentation together on stuff like this, maybe?
Yeah, all of the first teams. So first Tech Challenge, first Robotics Challenge, and first Lego League, I guess.
And we would love that. We would love to see the portal be an anchor point for student teams and of all types. And as soon as I saw that, I just was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? That's a great use case for this site. So, I mean, in my mind, if you build stuff, robots or furniture or rockets or Arduinos or anything, and you're interested in putting it out there as open source hardware, we really want Open Design Engine to be a go-to place to do that.
Okay, and so can you give us a little preview of what it would look like inside, or can you not show that yet? Oh, is my internet on? Is his internet on? Oh no!
Can you guys see my window? Yeah, good. It's back there somewhere. So I thought I'd start a project real quick, just to show you how the project creation side stuff works. I'll probably put up like a wiki page in it real quick to demo that and show you a couple other things real fast. And then I'll show you another project that's already in here that's got a lot more content in it already. So to create a project, I just go to the project list and I say new project. Give the project a name. One of the neat things about Open Design Engine that a lot of the other tools don't have, and this comes straight out of Redmine, is that you can make fully qualified sub-projects. So as you grow your team and project's complexity, you can scale up by subdividing your work along functional boundaries or whatever organizational boundaries you want within your larger project, with sub-projects that are hierarchically nested under your main project. I'm not going to do that today.
While you're typing that, I'll just open the question to everyone. So what does everyone use to manage their robot files right now?
My desktop.
Yeah.
So on a good day, my desktop. On a bad day, my desktop. On a good day, maybe Subversion or GitHub or something, but or a blog. But
Yeah.
I use really, really long titles like, robot project, whatever, version 17, don't use 16, 18.
Yeah, that was our classic. I was in the first Lego League a long time ago, and our second to last year, we just had an absolute mess of names of, like corn and uranium done really this time too.
Right. Really this time, yeah.
And so last year we were like, okay, enough of this, and that's when we started using Conversion to track everything. And we ended up like 700 commits or something like that, just as we made changes. And we're like, this is so much easier. Why weren't we doing this before?
So after you've done a little bit of description, then you come down and you select what modules, what functionality this project wants. It's another key feature that we wanted. We believe that one size doesn't fit all. And so like in this case, I'm actually doing a little carpentry project. I don't expect a lot of issues to handle here, but I do want a wiki. I want the news module. It's kind of a little bloggy thing. I don't need a repository because really I'm going to put up CAD drawings and photos and stuff like that. I am going to put a file management system that's a little closer to a network share than a repository, and I'll put up some forums in case once we have public accounts, people want to ask questions and ask for help. And we just hit create. Oh, I gotta use. I have to remember valid syntax. Why am I wrong? What did I do wrong? Identifier is invalid. Oh, that is invalid. Only lowercase letters. That's my problem. Can you tell I haven't done this lately? All right, here we go. Doing it right this time. All right, there we go. The identifier there then becomes your swing in the URL, your handle in the URL. And then you come into the settings, but we're really ready to get going. So because this is a demo, so what we'll do is we'll go to the wiki.